Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the Taiko World Cup 2021 finals. This is the winners bracket match between Japan and Brazil, fighting for the first third place spot in the grand finals. And I am Diesel, and I'm joined by Janitor today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah, as am I. It's the first time we're seeing Brazil or any South American team reaching the finals and just a top three guaranteed spot. So it's really exciting to see how they'll uphold to the standards that they're being held to.
Yeah, I believe, the first South American team to ever make it to top three in Taiko World Cup history.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Japan is always making an appearance. This year, kind of still expected to kind of be the top dog of the tournament. But having a new contender to potentially take them down, we'll just need to see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Some of the top teams from last year are certainly not at the same level, but I think someone might be able to give them a run for the money.
Absolutely. Every year we see Japan losing more and more points in the finals and grand finals, so it's only a matter of time before they finally lose.
Okay, Japan barely won the roll and banned Fremont 1 against Brazil.
I'm not too surprised by this. Throughout the whole of TWC this year, we've been seeing them struggle a lot on the gimmick serve maps. A lot of teams really taking advantage of that and taking a point or two off of them. So yeah, banning the free mod one, which Brazil may have been spending a lot of time practicing, is a really good choice by them.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Japan has lost nearly all of the gimmick picks that have been played against them.
Alright, and we have Brazil banning Hard Rock 1, Blastix Riots. I believe that makes it. This map has been banned in every single match this weekend.
Yep. Oh, and we have No Mod 6, which is the other gimmick map, coming in from Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil's able to pick up an early point in this. This could be a really good kind of motivator for them, getting them on the board really early. Not only is this kind of gimmicky with lots of SVs and snappings all over the place, it's incredibly finisher heavy. You even see finishers in sort of 1-4 patterns, so I don't believe any of the players for Team Japan are DDKK, so that's going to make that pretty tricky for them compared to Brazil, who I do believe have a couple of players with that playstyle.
Yeah, I think Kyomo is DDKK, though the speed of the finishers, because of those 1-4 streams, make it so that even DDKK players don't have an easy time with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very kind of risky to go for them. The extra score could be worth it, but you do risk missing, and all of the extra score you get from the combo could make the difference.
Yeah, so in Taiko, finishers give more points depending on how many finishers there are. So because there are so many finishers, skipping 1 or 2 doesn't hurt as badly as on a map with maybe fewer finishers.
Japan taking the early lead for this map so far. And it looks like no one's having too much trouble with the finishers so far as well.
Yeah, the main difference is just Kyomo's accuracy. This map is OD7 and it's really showing right now.
Boney, on the other hand, still double S in this map.
Oh, Foxer finding a miss there. that's not really where you want to be missing, because there's some hard streams coming up, and then the difficult finish is actually made. Oh, both Brazilian players missing.
Yeah, those are some pretty brutal drops there. Oh, and they finding a miss as well. Oh. Dropping right down to similar accuracy as both the players on Brazil's side. Siren, on the other hand, still holding the full combo.
Okay, looks like One is hitting minimal finishers, which is letting Brazil kind of close the gap, but not enough because Kimo keeps missing.
Siren's full combo with just such high accuracy is really helping Japan hold the lead.
Yeah, well, they did drop down accuracy quite a bit, but Siren's score is way too strong for Brazil.
Alright, that's going to give Japan a really early break point. So it's not a very good start for Brazil, as the majority of the time the first pick that a team makes is generally one of their strongest.
Yeah, that's a shame too, because I think if Fox threw F-Seed and Kyomo had slightly better accuracy, they could have definitely taken that.
Yeah, the potential was definitely there, just due to One's massive drops.
Yeah, Japan seemed to not be hitting too many finishers. Saren opting to hit the 1-4 stream finishers and not the other ones, which helped to score a lot.
Going back over to Japan's pick, we're going to be picking Nomad 5 this time.
Yeah, this is as pure of a Japan map as you can have, other than maybe DT2.
Pretty much, yeah. Very, kind of much older style, not by Fears, so that's to be expected. And pretty high in OD as well, in comparison, being OD 7.5.
It's basically a harder polyrhythm, with actually tricky patterns instead of just weird snaps.
Brazil making a roster change, bringing in Skull Kid and Hero K instead.
And not surprised about Hero K, a very strong player for Brazil, especially in terms of accuracy, which I think they're really going to need here against Uwone. It's going to be quite an uphill battle. I can certainly see both Japanese players getting somewhere close to 99%.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering if maybe a double S could even be possible.
This map is a lot more approachable than Nomad 5 in a way, is it has a few BPM changes, but it's mostly just a few sections that change snaps.
Skulkin and Siren picking up 100s fairly early on. Siren picking up a lot more though. But with Skulkin and Hero K finding the 100s, it's given Japan an early lead.
Yeah, just Uwone doing Uwone things with 99.8, of course. Oh, and a miss from Hero K there.
Miss from Skull Kid as well, really not going to be doing good for Brazil.
Yeah, and this is also kind of the easier section too in a way. It's not going to get much easier when SV slows down. Oh, and I missed it the easier, the two low SV sections. Oh my god, Wone still with 99.
Coming into the final KI, he's just looking so strong, able to hold through all of this.
Saren coming close too. This is just ridiculous. Oh my god, I don't think we've even seen a 98% on this before this match, and now we have a 99 and a high 98.
Japan just really showcasing why they're such a dominant team.
Yeah, not too much you can do there. Brazil not having any more gimmick picks, so they might have to try to dip into some of the mod picks instead.
Even modded against Japan is just a really difficult battle because
it's
their ability to hit in hard rock is just unmatched.
Honestly, I think Fremont 3 might not be a terrible idea. Fremont 3 is basically a coin flip map. Oh, and there we go.
Yeah, good prediction.
I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking what I would try to do. It's basically a 50-50 to win.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, it's a very strange map. Only OD5, so the accuracy is not too difficult overall.
Personally, I found this map is weirdly anti-practice. Like, the more you try to play it and understand the patterning, the worse you will do.
Yeah, I agree. With this being a pretty old map, the streams overall, when you initially look at them, aren't too difficult, but they're not very regular. Like, there's quite a bit of mono in there as well, and it can be odd number, it can be even number. It's just all over the place.
Yeah,
so
there's really no rhyme or reason to it. There's like a 13-note cat mono somewhere in the middle of one of the streams. And then the 10-note mono, and then a 9-note mono. It's really all over the place.
Yeah, so I think this map, rather than being quite difficult in terms of, you know, the skill you need to like play it, it comes down to a lot more to reading, I think. And maybe a little bit of luck as well.
I don't know if hitting hard rock is a good idea on this, actually.
Saren thinks otherwise, though.
It's not really hard to read exactly, but it's just a lot of unnecessary risk.
Also seeing Peepus coming in for the first time for Brazil and Akumiya coming in for Japan as well.
Yeah, both very strong modded players in their respective mods, hitting at hard rock.
Japan is going to take the early lead with their mod advantage.
Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter though, because they can swing back in a second with the streams. I'm actually surprised Duwone isn't playing this, considering he has global #1 on the map.
Perhaps just too inconsistent on the streams. Or maybe since they've kind of been playing the first two maps so far, taking a little bit of a break.
Obviously you're finding a miss, but maybe it won't matter. Oh, it's Shara!
Both teams still holding not holding double F.
Look what you've done now.
Oh no. Akumiya holding the double S through the intro of the song. Coming into the streams now though, this is going to be the most important part of the map.
Yeah, this is, I think, the longest stream of the map actually, that very first one. Oh, Shara finding a miss. Everyone is okay. Never mind. Pipa's finding this.
Dropping a couple of 100s as well.
Everyone's accuracy is still really high though. Well, alright.
A decent break coming from Akumiya though, dropping their full combo.
It's getting pretty close actually, but Sharon is just doing incredibly well on hard rock. And now the only problem is going to be one high SV section. Alright, everyone clearing it, and now I think Japan will pretty much coast to another point.
Yeah, with not very much left of the map, even some misses might not make the difference.
Honestly, really unfortunate for Brazil. 2 high 99s is still really impressive, but Japan was way too prepared.
Everyone achieving a single-digit 100 count.
2 100s, 9 miss from Sarah on Hidden Hard Rock. Of course.
Yeah, another breakpoint going over to Japan as well is putting Brazil in a really bad spot. With Japan taking up the next pick as well, this has the potential to go 4-0.
And Japan still has stuff like Hidden 2, DT 2, Hard Rock 2, all of them pretty much Japan favorite maps. And yet DT 2. I'm pretty sure a number of the Japanese players have a ranked DT score on this.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe a couple of hidden double time scores there as well. Although this is a very fast map with double time on its own.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. There might be one, but 340 hidden is not usually something a lot of people can do.
Yeah, taking a quick look at the leaderboards, the only hidden double time is by Applers. And that's a 2 miss play from 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Jeez.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's easily one of the oldest scores up there.
Yeah, Brazil's gonna have a really hard time on this. Not even because of combo, but just because of accuracy. Again, both Japanese players could probably achieve above 99% or high 98.
Alright, so Brazil swapping out their roster again, bringing in Hero Kane Skull Kid once again.
Alright, Skull Kid actually holding on pretty evenly compared to Japanese players.
Eurocay, on the other hand, struggling quite a bit more. Building up the accuracy, though.
Yeah, this could easily swing back for now. Oh, well, it's going to be a bit harder after that.
There is still plenty of the map to go, with it being a total length of 3 minutes and 44 seconds. This map overall is incredibly stamina draining. The patterns aren't too difficult overall.
Oh, sure. Just on the finishes.
Eurocay kind of matching it though.
Yeah, honestly, everyone's score on this is pretty good. It's just that it's not top 10 global level. Oh wow, everyone actually hit that streak.
I'm into a bit of a more chilled section here. We still have a full combo from both teams, Skull Kid and Siren. Siren with the superior accuracy though.
Yeah, Siren with an absolutely ridiculous accuracy of 99.69. Skull Kid having the play of his life too, but it's not a... Oh, well, alright, let's go our last one.
It's still pretty good though, I mean...
Yeah,
not far into the map.
98 on this is nothing to sneeze at. Alright, there's one more long streak. And everyone hit it again. Wow, okay.
Everyone's just looking really prepared for this map overall. The stamina needed is just insane, of being almost 4 minutes at 337 BPM.
Yeah, honestly, Brazil's scores were also very good, but yeah, Japan just completely insane on these kinds of maps. Yeah, 99.5 for basically both of them.
Seiron and Skull Kid only 1 miss.
I think they're about 60,000 above the next high score we've seen on this map this round. Which is actually from Skull Kid, actually, I think.
Yeah, looking at Siren's score in that map, that was easily a top 10 on the leaderboards.
I'm not sure what I would even pick if I was Brazil right now. It's hard. A lot of the maps are difficult enough to the point where Japan's accuracy is just going to give them a huge lead.
Yeah, I agree with you there. All of the maps left are just really crazy difficult. And if they are very doable for Brazil, Japan's accuracy is going to outdo them.
I'd say Brazil is probably the best hidden team in the tournament outside of Japan. Though usually hidden one would be a great pick, but against probably Uwone and Saren, that's not looking like a great idea.
They could still kind of go for one of those picks since they are very strong at it and just hope that Japan has really big drops and just makes lots of mistakes.
You know what? 4 is an interesting pick.
Yeah, going for a taiko holic against Japan is a bit of a bold move.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, but this could definitely work out.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this map has a pretty low SV and could make the reading pretty difficult. So I guess they are just kind of hoping that Japan just finds the misses that Brazil needs to take the point.
Yeah, again, the issue is really the OD requirement of this map. OD 7.7 on really dense patterns with 1614. Alright, Beavis coming in once again.
Early 100s coming from Brazil's side, but I don't think they're going to make too much of a difference overall, especially as we get into as the map difficulty picks up.
Yeah, this intro is actually really hard. But Japan just does not care at all.
They do eventually drop their double S, but yeah, maintain the accuracy. Such a high level.
Yeah, Skullkid's accuracy is not looking super great. Alright, both the Japanese players hitting that line.
Beavis unfortunately finding a miss.
Both of the Saren and Straron both with high 99% accuracies on this.
Yeah, these crazy and kind of unconventional 1-6 patterns just aren't even phasing them.
Alright, that's really the first hard section over. And now we're getting to the 1/8 section. And again, Brazil not doing badly at all, considering this map is 8 stars, but yeah, it's not what you can do against 2 high 99s.
I think all eyes are on Japan now to see if they manage to full combo the ending.
Oh my god. This isn't fair. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, a double mix there for Brazil is pretty much gonna completely seal the fate of this map.
Yeah, Sharon also didn't play last year either, and now he's joining, and oh my god, what is that? 8 100s and 5 100s on this? I think the next closest 100 count was like 30 or 20 something.
When you watch Japan play these sorts of maps and dish out these scores, you just think, how is it possible to beat them ever?
Both the players had fewer hundreds than the Brazil side had misses. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do there. And now Japan's turn to pick. I would expect him to at some point. That's because they have so many great hidden players. But Nomad 2 is also a good option if they just want to leverage accuracy.
They'll also have the mapper and the remixer advantage as well.
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
And there you go. You predicted correctly again.
Yeah, my foresight is really coming into play here.
If only there was pickups for the map choices as well.
If only. And yeah, One and Seren.
Yeah, One coming in as expected for the hidden. Taking a quick look at the pick'ems, actually, we have a total of 63 votes, with 92.1% for Japan winning this match.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's that low, considering some of the other losers finals matches are like 95-5.
Yeah, I kind of agree, to be honest. Guess everyone just putting all of their faith into Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, they're performing pretty well, it's just that Japan is Japan. And now they're facing down arguably two of the best hidden players in the world.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not too much else to say. This map itself is really difficult, starting off with 190 BPM with quite a lot of 1-6 patterns. OD 7.6 as well, making the accuracy a bit tricky as well. And then about halfway through, ramps all the way up to 300 BPM.
And not to mention a very long mono stream at the end for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think anyone I've seen has hit the mono stream, actually. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, Peaceful got close, I think, but he missed on it a bit. Still 3 double S's early on. Skull Kid a bit behind, but I think that's to be expected.
Yeah, I don't think Skull Kid is too well known for being a hidden player.
Oh, and a miss.
One dropping the double S as well.
Yeah, this is really hard to hack, actually.
Saren so far proving you wrong, though. Holding the double S halfway through the net.
Dude, just does not care at all. Such a consistent player.
But will they manage to hold it through the speed up?
Brazil's actually not too far behind so far.
Yeah, we could potentially see some... If we saw like a double drop coming in from Japan, the score could flip back over to Brazil.
Oh, Saren and Hiroke missing on the same spot.
Skull Kid still holding the full combo though through the 300 BPM section.
Alright, 2 high 99s. I think like literally just one isolated miss from Saren so far.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Alright, ending stream. Can they both FC it?
Oh,
Oh,
One,
I missed at the
no.
end. What? 1/100 and one miss? Did he SS at last stream?
Maybe picked up the 1/100 there, but could have also picked up alongside the miss. I can't really tell. One, I believe, missing the very last note of that stream, though.
Again, really good scores, but I mean, what can you do, really? And now Brazil gets to pick again, but none of the maps seem particularly good for them.
Yeah, Japan now at match point, meaning they only need one more map win to take this match. Brazil, on the other hand, needing to win the next 6 maps in a row to take this to tiebreaker.
Yeah, I don't know if there are a whole lot of maps for them to go for. I still think Hidden 1 is, relatively speaking, best option, just because I think the rest of the maps, Japan will just crush them in accuracy.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you there looking at everything that's left.
Yeah, Fremont 2, Wone will probably go hit Hard Rock and get 99% somehow. Hard Rock 2, they have Kumiya and Ciara. Alternatively, they try to go for Nomad 1 and hope that Japan chokes on it. Certainly not impossible.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, but not only does Japan need to choke on it, Brazil also need to uphold roughly the same accuracy as Japan, and that in itself can be pretty tough.
Yeah, Nomad 3 could be an option, but Japan will probably end up getting close to double SS on it. Oh, they're going for it. Alright, every player here can definitely full combo with pretty good accuracy. It's just down to who is more consistent.
Yeah, it's looking that way. And this map is mostly going to come down to the intro and the ending, with the kind of the middle part of the map being fairly relaxed in comparison. It's a good time to build up the combo and the accuracy.
Yeah, the Ki and the lead up to the Ki is really rough though. Well, Skullkid and Peebus have been fairly consistent throughout this match.
Everyone on Brazil's side has honestly been pretty consistent, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just accuracy, and contending with Japan on these extremely difficult maps is not an easy task.
Massive misses coming in from Akumiya there.
Is that real? Oh wow, okay. So now suddenly, for the first time in this match, I believe, Brazil actually has a lead. But they have to be really careful because the Ki is not exactly easy.
Yeah, they have the lead, but they need to be able to hold it.
Especially when Sharon is anchoring Japan with his SS. Skullkid too, actually.
Shame, though.
And they're holding, so this is looking good for Brazil, actually. If they can make it through the Kia, I think they'll take this. Oh my god!
Wow.
Skulkin and Jaron still holding on to double S. Pipa's not too far behind.
Oh
my god!
People still.
I think they'll still be fine. It got really close at the end, but Brazil does prevent the sweep. Skulkin, that's double S. Matching Ciaran there. That was extremely well deserved.
Absolutely. Brazil really making the correct pick there.
Again, really emphasizing how strong of a team Brazil is. But now it's Japan's turn to pick, and from what I remember, they have not lost on their own pick yet, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Because that was Brazil's pick there. Could be the start of a reverse sweep, though. Who knows?
Maybe. It's a bit of an uphill battle. Oh, GT won.
Going for a very long map.
Alright, Shomo coming in again. Yeah, this is also a Japan map.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, more specifically, this is pretty much a PP map for people who are like top 50 or top 30-ish.
Yeah, if you're able to play the speed and consistency of the streams, then you can get really good PP off of this map, as you say.
Well, I mean, anything is possible, really. If one of the Japanese players tanks on the stream again, then it could swing to Brazil if they're playing well.
Yeah, there's always that possibility, so we need to wait and see how Brazil are managing to sort of perform on this kind of map. They did do very good on Eternal Terrain. Lots of really fast stuff and some streams as well, but this one just takes it to a whole new level. The streams are longer, and as well as it being double time, the accuracy is quite different as well.
I keep forgetting this map has hit sounds. Oh, that is not good. Yeah, that stream is weird.
Yeah, a very unfortunate tank right at the beginning of the map.
Fortunately, the first half is really the hardest part.
Gomo picking up quite a few misses there as well before the Kiai.
Yeah, Japan is not playing around after not being able to secure the sweep. Yeah, this might be a bit rough.
Yeah, only a quarter of the way through the map. It looks like Japan is a lead up to 150k already.
Oh god. They're really mad about that last map. Well, I mean, theoretically, Brazil could still take this if both Japanese players suddenly get teleported somewhere.
Well, we'll see, we'll see. They can get teleported to Brazil, and their scores will get added to Team Red's side.
Yeah, they could start the reverse sweep that way.
Brazil wins 4 million to 0.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still a slow section, and if both Japanese players decide not to play it for some reason, Brazil could still be in the running.
Yeah, Japan might decide to give Brazil a bit of a chance and have it backfire on them.
And I'm pretty sure both of these would be top 20 scores at this current pace. Not too many double time full combos on this map.
The Kumiya does actually pick up a miss though in the slow section.
That's a very quality miss there.
Bringing their accuracy down all the way to 99.0.
Yeah, absolutely shameful there. Now they only have a 300,000 point lead instead of a 320,000 point lead.
The comeback is now doable.
Ciaron still with 99.7.
Brazil actually holding very well in these streams. Kuma did pick up a miss, but recovered very quickly.
Yeah, the first half of this map is a lot harder for some reason. Oh, Skeleton did end up missing with it.
Yeah, most of Brazil's misses tend to be kind of isolated incidences, but the accuracy is really bringing them down though.
Yeah, Ciaron just doing absolutely ridiculous things. 99.72%. Oh, okay, you got 100 on that note.
Not sure what's happened to Skull Kid here.
14,100 full combo. Still a very respectable performance from Brazil though, and now they're going to have to contend with South Korea for top 2.
Yeah, Brazil, Japan beating Brazil with the legendary 7-1.
Oh god, yeah, again.
But yeah, as you say, Brazil will be going against South Korea next weekend to determine who will be facing Japan again in the grand finals of winners.
Yeah, this weekend was not as exciting as last week, but the lead up to Grand Finals week will always be exciting in its own way.
Absolutely.
And if you want to go and support Japan, you can purchase a TWC profile banner for only $2.50.
You could support Japan, or you could support any of the other 15 teams that made it out of groups. Even if they're already out of the tournament, you can still show your love to them. Yeah, looking at the brackets now, there's only 2/potentially 3 matches left of this whole tournament. Made it so far, and there's only 1 weekend left. But yeah, that seems to be us for the matches this weekend. We do have the map pool showcase coming in very soon. Should be, I think, within 10 minutes or so. I'm not too sure though. So yeah, definitely stick around for that, as we'll be seeing all the maps that the players can be practicing for the next week and battling with in the grand finals.
Yeah. And again, we will be having the showcase, so make sure to stick around. Because it's going to be a real doozy, I can say that much.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us in this weekend and for this match. And we hope to see all of you viewers next week for the grand finals.
Alright, thank you for your patience, but it is time for the OS Taiko World Cup 2021 Grand Finals Map Pool Showcase. I'm Mangamizer, and joined with me, Janitor from earlier. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm glad I don't have to play the map pool because, man, that would destroy me physically.
Yeah, this map pool has been sort of the culmination of sort of every ideal that we wanted over our analysis of the previous years, as well as how the stages progressed. I'm confident that this map pool is definitely something special. So without further ado, shall we get started? Right, kicking off No Mod 1, we have Rainbow Freeze by Cabario. This is an Iroha map. It's actually one of my favorite maps of all time. The BPM is 777, but it's actually mapped half BPM, so it's actually 388.5. This is the ultra speed map of the pool.
Yeah, also pretty well known. I think a lot of people have played this, especially if you're a top player.
So yeah, you're not single tapping this. It's alternation.
Fortunately, it is OD7, which is actually better for these kinds of high-speed maps.
I really think this is the year to sort of introduce maps above 350 BPM, because I feel like there are plenty of players in the community who can really handle this sort of stuff now. High BPM wasn't a skill set that was often seen in previous years, but recently we've seen a lot more people who are capable of doing that.
Yeah, certainly. And I'm excited to see how well people will be able to do on this.
So the map itself, actually, roughly 40% of the map are speed sections, and the rest of the map is sort of downtime, like what we're seeing now. So it's not all speed, but it requires very good finger control, but not too heavy on the stamina department.
It has some short rest sections in between the speed sections.
So final section, final Ki, the hardest speed section.
Yeah, this section is very dense, especially at this BPM.
That was a very unfortunate miss at the end. I missed on the last no. It was really stupid. But yeah, this replay was from like 2020 Feb, so. Moving on to No Mod 2, we have a custom map by the legendary mapper Fierce. This is Buchigire Berserker, the long version. So it's roughly 4 minutes in length, and this is sort of a diversity but leading towards tech map.
Yeah, I think having fierce maps in grand finals is practically tradition at this point.
So we're diving into the first 1-4+1-6 section. Quite easy to find a few chokes here and there.
Some 1/8 too.
Yeah, most of this stuff is for you to build your accuracy, because there are more tricky sections in the other parts of the map. Like, believe it or not, this is where you're supposed to build accuracy.
Yeah, you know it's bad when this. I don't know. I think this section is probably like 7 stars-ish, and that's is the easy section of the map.
Alright, the first tricky section.
Oh, jeez, those finishes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was playing as well. Then we transition into a low SV section. And it's only OD7, so it's not too difficult to get good accuracy, although the patterns do increase in complexity. Very nasty overlap right there.
Oh. It's 1 to 8th here, too. And more finishes. Oh, you didn't hit those ones though.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to.
Shameful.
I really like this because Fierce actually maps the number of dons to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I was wondering about that. Yeah, that's very cool.
So actually, you can see like the types of patterns this map tests is quite diverse. Like it just switches up every so often.
Yeah, some hybrid 1-6 here. At these low SVs too, players have shown to be very capable of hitting them in the previous pool. So,
alright, we're transitioning to the hardest part of the map.
oh god, oh my god, oh no.
And I just completely collapse here.
Oh man, that sucks. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the ending is so mean.
Yeah, so Fierce's words, not mine, but the finishers are sort of like a gamble type sort of situation. You can either go for them or, try and maintain combo or get that extra score by hitting the finishers.
Alright, Nomad 3. Pretty well-known map again. I think this is the love version, right?
Yes, this is the love version. This is Infinite Apocalypse.
Yeah, the lower diff was used in a previous TWC, I think 2019, and now this is the top diff.
So this is mostly consistency, a bit streaming, and it contains a few 1-6 patterns throughout.
Yeah, oddly enough, I'd say this map is on average the easiest of the no mods so far, or at least the most accessible.
This berth is quite tricky though.
Yeah, that part is not very friendly.
There's a fair bit of downtime in this song, especially in the middle section, where the density is fairly low.
Yeah, not too taxing on stamina overall. Back with some more streams. Those 1-6 pairs are brutal at this BPM.
I remember first playing this map in a warm-up in 2017 when I believe it was... I actually can't remember, but it was sometime in 2017. Can't remember who picked it.
Yeah, this map is pretty popular. Hasn't been played as much recently, just because there's a lot of maps around this difficulty range now.
Yeah, it used to be considered one of the hardest maps, well-mapped maps in the game, but now it's sort of just, you know, it's still difficult, but there are so many other maps of a similar range, I would say. Yeah, that's No Mod 3, Kuma no Kirame.
Yeah, alright, we have No Mod 4, very descriptive difficulty.
Yeah, in case you ever forgot what slot this was in, you got a difficulty name to remind you. This is Absurd Hero, a custom map by Hixis. This is a 280 DPM stamina strain map.
Yeah, is this the first Hixis map that's been in?
I do believe so.
Ah, that's cool.
So this is sort of the evolution of if you took the Fruitville map from the semifinals and you sort of combined it with Eternal Drain. Some of these streams are very brutal, and the map really doesn't give you a chance to get a break. The most you ever get is sort of just a beat.
And the patterning isn't really too difficult, though. To say that, the 1/3 section is coming in.
It's relentless. It's 3 minutes of this, non-stop. And we've just reached the halfway point. More streams.
Yeah, this is really the kind of map where, as you're playing it, and after you finish playing it, you can feel burning in your arms.
Yeah, part of playing stamina maps is knowing when to really push for it. Sort of like I think every player has sort of a limited amount of stamina, and if you burn it all too quickly, then you really struggle at the ending.
Yeah, again, the patterns aren't really all that complex, but it's just.
They get brutal.
Oh, do they now? Oh no.
The ending is here, like no time to rest. Just 9 plet, 11 plet, one after the other. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I was tired.
What was that?
I had a day to set most of these replays. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a kind of map where you can definitely die if you don't plan accordingly.
I got Fruko in the chat saying this is the easiest map in the pool.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, that is TWC 2021 Grand Finals, No Mod 4. Don't forget.
Ooh. No Mod 5.
Yeah, moving on to No Mod 5. We've got a Rahat map. This is Matusa Bomber, NAS map.
It's the first time I've seen a NAS map where the diff name was spelled with only one S.
This is a nerf version of the NAS. There is a NAS diff, and this is the NAS diff. Right?
Okay.
It's considerably easier, even though the star rating is 8.36. It is so much easier. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
This is the sort of burst map, and sort of weird 1-4, 1-6, and doublet type map. It's really fun to play this one.
Yeah, I enjoy the song too.
I actually saw a tweet from Backfire earlier how Rat Hat seems to be sort of like a Taiko exclusive artist. Like I like as in like you don't see Rat Hat songs in any other game mode.
Oh, really? Yeah, that never really even crossed my mind until I saw the tweet about it.
This bit is surprisingly tricky.
Fortunately, the map is only 6, otherwise that would be very difficult to act.
This is very interesting to play, this bit.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. Looks like a real act killer.
It's only OD6, so actually not really.
Yeah. Seems like some slightly longer streams at the end. This part looks very fun.
It is very fun. This is such a fun map to play. Alright, moving on to No Mod 6. We see a return from Oakley, who has very kindly mapped yet another gimmick map for us. So, his first map being Ricky Bobby in semifinals, and now he's returned with Izumi7983 from the ever-popular artist DZXA. This is the gimmick chart of the pool. And according to him, it is very hard to get a good score in match. It's hard to perform.
Oh, jeez. How sudden.
I don't know what it is with Oakley. He just seems to be able to find a way to make maps fun and flow naturally. Gimmick map.
Yeah, he's a very good SV mapper. It can be difficult to find a balance between making difficult SV and playable SV, but he manages to skirt the line.
So the length of the map says it's 258, but actually it's closer to 2 minutes because the first 40 seconds or so is not mapped. So, very interesting dual channel stream.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't actually that hard, it seems. It's just, yeah, it definitely requires a bit of practice, though, just to figure out what the patterns are supposed to be.
Yeah, this is definitely one map you don't want to go in sight reading.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna require all that much practice, though. Once you know where the patterns are switching, then it becomes fairly. Alright, very, very cool map.
Yeah, that's the No Mod pool. This is the only FC in the no mod pool, by the way.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on to Hidden 1, we have a task game map, The Glorious, a ranked typeholic map, OD 8.8. This is 260 BPM hidden. This is just a difficult map with hidden slapped on.
Yeah, the beginning is kind of a pseudo slow section. I forget what SV it is, but it speeds up later. Yeah, not too many no mod FCs on this either on the leaderboard. So you have to be really prepared for this.
Yeah, there are some brutal bursts in this, and some of the streams are long enough to fill the entire screen. So it does test a bit of stream reading as well.
Also, I think the highest OD we've seen so far, outside of the hard for double tap rules, at 8.8.
Do you know why OD 8.8 is sort of such a popular OD to be used?
I'm guessing, I don't know, is it to do with the... I don't know, actually.
I have a couple theories onto this as well, but it's either OD5 with DT, which is roughly the same, or it's probably the possibly official Taiko no Tatsujin timing window.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
Right, really brutal DK blast speeds.
Yeah, I can speak from personal experience that this map is very exhausting. Alright, next up we have a custom map, the obligatory Mew hidden map.
Very foreboding music. This is Cretaceous Chasm by Blotted Science. This is an SV map at roughly 160 BPM. Very, very SV heavy map. The length is not actually 352, it's closer to like 330, because, again, a couple seconds at the beginning of MP3 isn't mapped. But yeah, this map constantly flips between sort of 1/6 patterns and 1/4 streams.
And some pretty high SV here.
This stream is evil. This isn't, it's more of a reading hidden, so it's not meant to be mechanically difficult, this one. Although there are sort of rhythm changes throughout the map.
Yeah, it's speeding up here a little bit, though not as severe as some grand final hit that we have seen in previous years.
Yeah, the music and the map will make your head spin.
Yeah, this section is certainly can be tricky if you're reading it in a match.
Yeah, a lot of the SV makes it look like it's 1-6, but it's actually 1-4. And then when it's actually 1-6, then it catches you off guard.
Yeah, it seems to be quite tricky. No, it is only OD 6.5 and not OD 7, so you have a little bit more leeway.
This is 7-4, I guess. The time signature. I'm not sure. A lot of signs really do some really prog technical metal.
Yeah, I kind of like the, well, not really symmetry, but the two-worded pattern in the band name, song name, and difficulty name. That ending stream too. Is that 1-6?
Yeah, it's 1-6. It's all right. That's the hidden pool. But moving into HR, we have HR1 Speed of Link. This is the Love Set by Skull Kid. So this is Antiplur, another featured artist. This is high BPM HR. So, as many of you should be aware, Speed of Link starts up at 263 BPM. So, it's pretty fast, and then it speeds up at the end as well to 285. But the patterns of this map are very simple and, dare I say, quite repetitive. So it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, this is actually a surprisingly popular hard rock map. Also, from what I remember, not really too many breaks after this slow section.
Personally, I find that reading sort of low density on HR can be really tricky. Because when it's like sort of clumped together, you know what you're doing. But if everything's so sparse, it's sort of like, oh, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me though.
No, yeah, I get what you mean. It's when it's just singles. It could be anything, even 1-4.
Right, 285.
And patterns are pretty intuitive. It's just the SV and this BPM with hard rock. Alright, Hard Rock 2, which is certainly a departure from the high-speed nature of Hard Rock 1.
It's quite interesting how the it's OD 10.1 question mark.
Wait, yeah, it is.
That's quite funny actually. It's just OD 10. This is Killer Beast, the rank set by Kapu, Camellia, another featured artist. This is sort of the tech/accuracy map in HR.
Yeah, some BPM changes here and there, especially near the first third of the map.
So throughout this song, there are a couple BPM changes as well. and sort of rhythm changes. Like just here, there's like a slowdown. So on OD10, it's quite difficult to nail the accuracy. The map is quite long, clocking at about 3.5 minutes, so there are plenty of rest sections, although I do believe we're about to approach a fairly tricky section as the SV does increase.
This is amazing. I think the BPM also stays higher afterwards.
It stays at 220 for the majority of the map.
Yeah, the SV with some of these bursts is certainly not easy.
It's only like this for a couple seconds, so it's high SV, almost rivaling that of Speed of Link, but it's only for a bit.
Yeah, and a lot of those patterns start fast but get slower a little bit afterwards, so you really only have to learn the very beginning of patterns. And this last section, which I'm not sure what SV it is this fast.
I think it's 220 at 1.3 times rate, but it's only, like I said, it's only for a couple seconds.
And now this final section, which slows down a little bit more and speeds up. Yeah, this is really an accuracy reading that. Yeah, also that ending, which is very interesting pattern.
Alright, moving on to DT1 with probably the most disgusting replay in the pool. I am not good at these kind of maps. We have Senda and Life DT1. Probably the hardest map in the pool. Outside of Tiebreaker, of course. So this is Senda and Life, which is normally 227. Slap DT on it. So it's now 341 BPM. This is a different kind of speed. It's more of a high NPS, so lots of inputs per second kind of speed. So you need fast fingers for this.
Yeah, compared to No Mod 1, this is significantly more dense. So despite being slower technically, you need to put in a lot more effort into it.
Yeah, so this is just a step up from Ringo Uri from finals, which was 338 BPM. It's only just 3 BPM faster, but some of the patterns are quite a bit longer as well.
Some very brief resting sections.
So this is the Love Set by Yuta. Some of these patterns are actually brutal, but there are players in the tournament definitely capable of handling this.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there are like a couple of the Japanese players at the DT square on this.
There's quite a few with DTFCs actually.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a problem for them. Yeah, this song certainly is interesting sometime. I think it's fine though. Yeah, this ending is even more dense, it seems.
Yeah, so if you miss, it's very difficult to recover because the pattern's just flying at you at 340 BPM.
Yeah, that looks like an arm breaker.
Yep, I'm not good at these kind of maps. But I'm sure there are people out there who are.
Alright, this is a very interesting kind of pick. Certainly a departure from Send Online. This is mostly a techie map. Lots of 1A, so it still plays pretty fast.
This is Transport Extended Mix, map by Raiden. This is the ranked set. The Marathon diff. So, tech on DT.
Yeah, very extreme tech.
This is sort of like the Infected Mushroom map in semis, but just on steroids. It's a similar BPM, it's like 221. Spitfire was 207, but the patterns in this are a bit harder as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like the beginning of Spitfire, but for the entirety of the map.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Akumiya actually has #1 on this right now. So certainly something to look out for. Certainly the kind. This certainly the kind of map I expect to see some lower accuracies on, like DT1, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah, some of the tech in this section is really brutal. Also, let's just say this is an amazing song.
It really is. Soto Fujimori does very good work. I'm surprised there haven't been more of their songs in the Taiko World Cup. I think there have been a few here and there.
I think there was Wobble Impact, like long time ago.
Yeah, in like 2016.
And from here on out, it's fairly simple. By this point, the winner will probably be decided already.
Yeah, unless something.
Unless both teams, unless both teams are performing really close.
Yeah, if accuracy is a problem, then this could decide it.
Alright, moving on to Free Modful. Free Modful this year has been a bit of an experiment, and Free Mod 1 is perhaps maybe potentially the most polarizing map for all players, I would assume. This map is just one stream. It's just one stream. That's it. That's it. It's a 100-second long stream. This is exclamation mark. This is a map by Ping, and there's not much to say really. It's kind of like the stream from Boogie Woogie from like 4 years ago, but for 100 seconds.
Yeah, it is only 6.5, so it's not that bad for note block. If you're missing though, you're gonna have a a really bad time, especially if you're playing hidden or something.
Yeah, one of the players will have to pick a mod. Someone has to play with a mod, and as if you lose track, as well as this map is actually quite stamina heavy as well, because it's just one stream. It's non-stop playing for 100 seconds.
Yeah, 200 BPM is really no joke, especially with all of this Swin 6. Now, the good thing is that really anyone could win on this map.
Yeah, literally anyone could win. Like, I distinctly recall, like, if you miss, you could easily pick up like 30 miss. So anyone could win on this map.
Yeah,
it's a very wild card.
It's just one stream. How hard can it be?
Moving on to Fremod 2, we have Vanguard 2. This is 2L, so the artist is 2L. I think this artist first made their debut in the World Cups in OWC 2020, I believe. And they played, it was Sputnik 3, if I recall correctly. And this is Vanguard 2. This is a custom map by Fapita. This is really weird rhythms at OD8.
Good luck with this. This part isn't even that bad so far.
So far the map, like you said, it's not too bad. But once we reach this section, then if you're playing with a mod, good luck.
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to play this hard rock or something.
Very weird and interesting rhythms. And the ending is like...
Yeah, this is it's really...
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to go hidden hard rock or something, you have to be very careful about your accuracy.
Alright, and the final map in the Fremod bracket is Flame Wall, a cut version done by Camellia himself. This is yet another custom map by MTK. This is 300 BPM in Fremod, so something I've always wanted to try out. So naturally, 300 BPM would be very unfair for HR. So the SV has been reduced to bring it in line to roughly 180 to 240. It ranges between 180 and 240.
Yeah, it's a very interesting mod dynamic, actually.
So if you play with Hidden, it's like playing easy Hidden. And if you play with HR, it's just reading really fast.
Yeah, the HR kind of becomes like a faster Nomad map.
And this is such an amazing song.
Oh, it's actually mapped by MTK.
Some brutal finishers as well.
Oh wait, it's actually also fairly lengthy too.
It's only 3 minutes 40, so traditionally Fremont 3 is the longer map in the pool.
I'm actually really surprised about this song, because this does not really sound like a typical Camellia song.
Camellia is just so talented. He can do anything.
Interesting streak. Hopefully no one gets caught by that. This is pretty dense too, actually. So at this point, 300 BPM is not even all that fast compared to the rest of the pool.
Yeah, for the most part, the patterns are fairly simple. All right, and that is the free mod bracket. Now, before we dive right into the tiebreaker, just want to say a few things. So, last year in OWC 2020, they had Camellia do a custom song that is Oop Hearts, and we decided, hey, that sounds like a great idea. So we took a page from OWC 2020, and essentially, we decided to one-up them. So we have the tiebreaker 1-1. This is a 4-way collab between 4 featured artists: Billy and Moto, Kuro Kote, Dictate, and a 4th featured artist that would prefer not to be named. And this is a custom, obviously it's a custom song, custom map by Fierce and Tascade. And now I'm just going to shut up because this is a song debut. Enjoy. I'm quite speechless, actually. But that is the tiebreaker. That is the grand finals tiebreaker for TWC 2021. We hope you enjoyed the song. Janitor, what are your thoughts?
It sounds great, honestly, and I'm really excited to see if it will get played.
But yeah, thank you to all of you who've stuck around till the very end. We've got one more weekend to look forward to, 2, potentially 3 more matches to see. I believe that is it from myself. Janitor, any closing comments?
Bye, TWC painters.
Ah, yes, that's very important. Tournament doesn't fund itself, after all. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. See you next weekend.